How's it going, everybody? My name is Release Radar, and in today's video, we're going to be taking a look at two similarly priced portable gaming solutions, from the Valve Steam Deck to the Xbox Series S with the DEPGI screen attachment. Let's get into it. So starting out with the Xbox Series S in terms of pricing with the portable screen attachment that I have, and there are multiple companies, you don't have to get the specific one that I have, try to find the best value that you can, but it's around $510 for the Xbox with the screen attachment. And for the Steam Deck, you can get it for about $530 with a 256 gigabyte SSD, and you can get it for about $650 with a 512 gigabyte SSD. So both of those models of the Steam Deck will compare pretty well to the Xbox Series S, but if you want the most storage, I do recommend getting the 512 gigabyte Steam Deck, or you could get the cheaper one, the middle tier one at about $530, and you can slap a 1 terabyte micro SD card in that. So you do have options when it comes to the Steam Deck, and you also have options when it comes to which portable screen you get. And really quickly, we're going to discuss the major difference between the Steam Deck and the Xbox with the portable monitor, and that is the Steam Deck is just straight up a handheld, right? You can just play it like this in your hands. Can't really do that with the Xbox with the portable screen attachment. However, the battery on the Steam Deck is not that great. So if you do want to play a game that's modern like you could on the Xbox Series S, right? If you want to play some of the new Lego Star Wars game, for example, you're not going to get 6 hours of battery life on a handheld like this. So you will need to be plugged into the wall on the Steam Deck or plugged into something, whether it be like an outlet in your car if you're traveling. So the Steam Deck, while it is technically a handheld, you're not going to be getting extended gaming sessions out of the Steam Deck in handheld mode unless you play something really, really light like Battle Block Theater or Hollow Knight, which you can play both of those on the Series S as well. So battery life on the Steam Deck basically makes the conversation like, yes, this is a handheld, but you will need to be plugged into something if you want to get extended usage out of it on like a road trip or something. Maybe you travel a lot for work. You're in a hotel for work for a couple of weeks because you're traveling to be a contractor, a traveling contractor. Maybe you're a nurse or something on the go, a traveling nurse. There's a lot of different scenarios where a portable device would come in handy. And so, the Steam Deck, while it is a handheld, you will run out of battery. So I think that this conversation is going to be had as if you are plugged into the wall with the Steam Deck, and obviously you have to be plugged into the wall for the Xbox Series S. So yes, I know the Steam Deck is a handheld, but realistically, you're not going to get that much gaming out of the Steam Deck not plugged into a wall. Here we're going to talk about raw performance of each device, and I'm just going to say it how it is. The Xbox Series S just is simply more powerful than the Steam Deck. And overall, at its current price for the holiday season, it is just cheaper than even the cheapest Steam Deck. So if you want the most powerful console you can get at this price point for portability, don't even look at the Switch. The Switch can't compete with either of them. What are you doing? You're making all that noise. Had to open that door for my dog, sorry. But as I was saying, I wouldn't even bother looking at the Switch for this price point, because the Steam Deck, even though it's less powerful than the Series S, it is more powerful than the Switch, and substantially so. So for a portable gaming device, we're just going to be talking about the Steam Deck and the Series S. And yes, I know at this price point, you could get a Series X or a PlayStation 5 for around $500 to $600, but once again, we're focusing on portability. And so with these two portable options, the simple truth is the Xbox Series S with the X screen attachment, or the G Story screen, or the DEPGI screen, whichever one you get, is just more powerful. Because this does 720p between 30 and 60 FPS depending on the game, and that does 1080p at smooth 60 regardless of the game. But the reality is, as much as I love the Steam Deck, the battery is just not that great, and it is simply not as powerful as the Xbox Series S. So those are things to take into account when you're picking the device that you want. So now I'm just going to go ahead and talk about some pros and cons for each device, and talk about my personal experience using them, and just relay that to you guys. So I'm going to start out up front with the Steam Deck and the Steam Deck dock experience. So just like with the Xbox Series S, if you wanted to come home after traveling and plug your Steam Deck into the TV, you can. Valve sells an official dock that does increase the price by $90 if you want to buy the dock, but you don't have to buy the official one to be able to plug it into a TV. Any USB dongle that supports HDMI, and I would also recommend one that also supports charging, can be used to plug your Steam Deck into a TV. There's multiple different options out there on Amazon, so you can definitely find one below $90. The thing is, I bought the dock, and I just straight up do not use the Steam Deck docked ever. For me, it was personally kind of a waste of $90. So the Steam Deck is handheld, and it's not nearly as powerful as the Xbox Series S, but the selling point here is the fact that it is a handheld device that, as I said earlier, you can just play it like this. You can power it on, you can play your games in bed, in the car, on the bus, just like this. This is what the Steam Deck experience is like. But if you are excited for games like Starfield, and if you're excited for games like Redfall, or whatever else, if you want to play Call of Duty Modern Warfare, realistically, the performance on the Steam Deck is just not going to be there to play new modern AAA games. Now, for me, that's not what I bought the Steam Deck to do. I have made some benchmark videos on my channel. If you want to go check those out and see how the Steam Deck realistically performs in some modern AAA games, you can. I have a bunch of benchmark videos testing a wide variety of games, so you definitely should check those out if you are thinking about getting a Steam Deck. It's a huge tool that I wish I had when I was shopping for my Steam Deck. But with that little plug out of the way, most modern games, if not all modern games, just are not going to perform well on the Steam Deck. So that's a con for the Steam Deck. You're not going to be able to get modern gaming performance out of it, but that's not why I bought mine. I bought mine, and I view this next point as a pro, to crush my backlog, to play all the games that I never got around to finishing, or to replay games from my favorite era of gaming, which maybe I'm a little biased here, but that's the Xbox 360/PS3/Wii era of gaming. That is the era that I grew up gaming in, so maybe that's why it's my favorite. But playing games like Assassin's Creed 1 through 3, and even 4, Borderlands 1 and 2, the Halo the Master Chief Collection, any game from the Xbox 360 era that is on Steam pretty much works beautifully. Lego Star Wars, the Clone Wars, so Lego Star Wars 3, the Clone Wars, or the original 2 Lego Star Wars games, those run great. Lego Indiana Jones, all of those games from my childhood run flawlessly on the Steam Deck, and they are so much fun. So if you want to buy the Steam Deck to be a backlog killer, go for it. I think it's great for that. And it's portable, so you can play some games in bed. I've been playing a little bit of Lego Star Wars each night in bed before passing out. And another positive about the Steam Deck is that it also has a sleep feature. So if you want to get up and go do something, you can turn the device, pressing the power button once puts it to sleep, and then you can go do your thing, come back, and then press the power button again, wake up, and in theory, you should be left off where you left off. But there are sometimes bugs where the Steam Deck does crash. So it doesn't work 100% of the time, but it does work most of the time. And so another con, unfortunately, with the Steam Deck are the bugs. So the Steam Deck has a lot of bugs. It crashes quite a bit. Sometimes things just don't work like they should, because this device is very much, even though it is in consumers' hands, it's still kind of a work in progress, right? This is the first generation handheld device that Valve has made. So there are going to be some bumps along the road. And I really do hope Valve sticks with the Steam Deck, because they didn't really stick with VR. You know, they made their whole Steam VR suite, and PC VR is amazing. And they helped HTC with the HTC Vive. And then the Valve Index came out, and we haven't really seen much since then. So I'm really hoping that Valve sticks with the Steam Deck, unlike the Steam Link or the VR stuff. I really want to see more iterations of the Steam Deck, because as it stands right now, it is good, but it is not great. So crashes are another con. Lack of real performance is another con. And another con, unfortunately, with the Steam Deck, which I've said a couple times in this video already, is battery life. This thing can last up to 6 hours if you limit your frame rate to 30 FPS while playing a game like Hollow Knight or Battle Block Theater. I've seen those results before. So a simple platformer, sure, you can get 6 hours. Cyberpunk 2077, 30 to 40 minutes max. So that is something you have to think about when looking at the Steam Deck, right? Now, I said at the beginning of the video that I'm looking at these devices as if they're both going to be plugged into the wall, but still, part of the draw of the Steam Deck is the fact that you can unplug it, throw it in your backpack, and take it somewhere with you and play it like on the bus, but battery life is just not really there for more modern games. And that's pretty much all I have to say about the Steam Deck. The form factor is great, but it's just not that powerful. The battery life runs out consistently. The bugs and issues are kind of annoying, but it is still really nice to have that handheld form factor, to be able to crush your backlog, to put it to sleep, for it to wake back up and remember where you were. All of those things are amazing about the Steam Deck, and then some of those things just suck. So, you know, the Steam Deck is very experimental, but it is the most portable of these two options, but it also can get very pricey for, well, overall worse performance and bugs and all of that stuff. So if you want a smoother overall experience that's less, you know, it's not handheld, it's less portable, but you can still toss it in a backpack and take it with you somewhere for a vacation, or if you're traveling for jobs or whatever else, you know, the Xbox Series S with that portable monitor attachment could be the right decision for you. So let's discuss the pros and cons with that. So one of the major pros with the portable gaming monitor Xbox Series S combo is just, as I've said a couple times before, overall more power. You will be able to play games like Starfield when they come out day one, by the way, on Game Pass, but we'll get to Game Pass in a little bit, on the Xbox Series S, when I would imagine Starfield won't perform that well on this, right? Nothing against the Steam Deck. It's a great device for what I use it for, but when it comes to modern AAA games, the Steam Deck is just not the device to get. So if you want to play the new Modern Warfare, if you want to play Starfield, Redfall, Forza, whatever game that has come out in the last couple of years or coming out this year, you're not going to get that good of an experience, or maybe even not an experience at all, because some of them just won't work on the Steam Deck. So the Xbox Series S with that portable screen will net you the ability to play modern games on the go. And another pro, it's still just straight up an Xbox. You can still access all of your I/O at the back of the device with this attached. So you can unplug the HDMI from the portable monitor and then just plug in an HDMI to your TV, and then bam, you're playing games on your TV with an Xbox as a traditional Xbox gaming experience. Now, you will notice that I have a hard drive right here, and this is just a con of the Xbox Series S. The storage is just not that big. It's not big on either device. I didn't mention this when it comes to the Steam Deck, but the storage on both devices kind of sucks. So I do have a 2 terabyte external hard drive right here, and I also have a 512 gigabyte internal micro SD card storage expansion on my Steam Deck. So I have expanded the storage on both of these devices. So this is 2 terabytes, and unfortunately, the newer games won't work on this, but you can still transfer them to this to just have more storage and transfer files. If you want to play some games and not play other games, you can do that to siphon through your collection of more modern games. But older games, so not games from this current generation, but from every generation before this that are on Game Pass, for example, you'll be able to play those running off of this hard drive. So another pro about this device right here is it has speakers, and it also has 2 headphone jacks at the back. So you can actually plug in 2 pairs of headphones, or you can have speakers playing, and you can pair multiple controllers, because keep in mind, this is just an Xbox. You can pair multiple controllers and play some co-op games. Like you could play Lego Star Wars The Skywalker Saga split screen on the Xbox Series S with his portable monitor on a flight or something with your brother, right? That's just like an example of a use case I can think of it, right? And the form factor of this thing, you know, it's not as small as the Steam Deck, but it is still pretty small. So you could still throw this in a backpack and take it with you somewhere, whether it to be home for the holidays, whether it to be somewhere for vacation, right? There's always downtime on vacation where everybody's sleeping and getting ready for the next thing. Maybe you're not asleep. Whatever the case may be, you can still throw this in a backpack and take it with you, not just as easily as the Steam Deck, but it is still possible. Another pro with the Xbox Series S is the ability to play Game Pass games. Now, I didn't mention this before with the Steam Deck portion of the video, but you do have access to your entire Steam library on this, which is fantastic. Quick story time, I had an Xbox 360, sold it, bought a pre-built gaming computer, played on that for a while, but then had the itch to get a PlayStation and play games like The Last of Us, Horizon Zero Dawn, Days Gone, or whatever. So I got a PS4, but I didn't have that library and back catalog of games built up, so I had to keep buying new games. Right. And so getting onto a new ecosystem is kind of annoying. So it was very nice of Valve to allow us to play our Steam library on the Steam Deck. That is a pro for the Steam Deck. But Game Pass is a pro for the Xbox, because you don't have to have a huge back catalog of games, because for a subscription fee, I think you can do your first 3 months at like $1 a month. And then after that, it's like $10 to $15 a month for Game Pass Ultimate. I'll put the prices up on screen, but Game Pass is an incredible value, and you don't have to have a huge back catalog of games to be able to play a huge catalog of games on this device with the portable monitor attachment, right? So you don't have to own a crazy amount of games to be able to experience a diverse library of games with the Xbox Series S, because Game Pass exists and it is an incredible value. But so overall, final thoughts here. I think the Xbox Series S with a portable monitor attachment is the overall better value for a portable solution, because at the end of the day, it's just an Xbox with a screen attached to it to make it kind of act like a laptop, but you still get that Xbox suite. You still get Game Pass. You can still pair multiple controllers. You can play split screen games, and it's just all around more powerful than the Steam Deck. But I do recommend the Steam Deck to those of you out there who are kind of like me. You like to tinker, you like to mess around, you like to see how games can perform. If you have a huge back catalog of Steam games that you picked up on Humble Bundle or Steam sales that you really need to start chipping through, get the Steam Deck, because you don't have to buy your Steam games again to play them on this, which is really nice. So overall, I think for most people, the Xbox Series S with that portable attachment is the way to go for a portable solution, whether you're a trucker Whether you're a college student looking for a low profile gaming solution because you don't have a lot of spare room in your dorm room, I get it. So the Xbox Series S will be able to play the more modern AAA games, Starfield, Modern Warfare 2, Forza, whatever you want to do. You can do it much more easily and much more smoothly on the Xbox than the Steam Deck. But if you like to emulate, if you want to be able to specifically play games handheld, then, the Steam Deck is just the option for you. But at the end of the day, it really does just boil down to what you are looking for from a portable device. I personally have loved my time with both portable solutions, and I find myself playing this in bed before I go to sleep, and then I find myself bringing the Xbox Series S with that monitor attachment home if I'm going home for a couple of days for maybe a birthday or my grandparents' anniversary, something like that. Having the ability to just toss an Xbox in your backpack with a screen already attached to it, grab the controller and just go, super convenient. So, as I said, at the end of the day, the choice is up to you. I think both solutions are great, but the Xbox Series S is just more powerful, and it is what I would just recommend to more people out there. So thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know what you think down below in the comments. Keep your eyes open for another Steam Deck benchmark video, and I will catch you guys in the next video of whatever I make. Peace.